they had gore coming off these little shits, could you imagine how satisfying it'd be to throw a hammer at these fuckers? What's going on, guys? Extrocity Gaming here, and for this video I'm going to be doing a review on Last Epoch. Alright, to start things off, this is an ARPG that's based in a world around time travel. So if you play Diablo or Path of Exile, they usually go by like acts in the story. This game is, I guess you can call them acts, but they're just different time eras is what they go by. So each time era is in the same location, obviously just at a different time. Alright, so let's get things started here. Let's create a character. So they currently have 5 classes, only 4 of them are playable right now. So they have the Acolyte, which, I mean, as you can see, is Necromancer, the Warlock's not implemented, and the Lich. These are subclasses that I'll explain when we get into the game later on in the video. That's not in the game, so. And then the second class is the Rogue, who's, I'm not sure when that's going to come out, but I don't imagine anytime soon. Third class is a Primalist, Beastmaster, Shaman, Druid. Those are the three paths you can take. The Sentinel, which is the Void Knight, Forge Guard, and Paladin. 3 paths you can take. The Mage, Sorcerer, Spellblade, and Rune Master. I'm going to show gameplay of the, it's like a fireball build I made. Shit ton of projectiles. I'll show that later in the video. So let's get started with the Sentinel. Alright. So same kind of movement as Path or Diablo. It's just click to move. It auto selects it for you. Okay, using abilities. So kept my auto. So how this game works is you can only have 4 abilities. You can have a 5th ability, but how it works is you specialize around 4 abilities. So it's like a shield. It's a shield bash. Vengeance. You can just smack out the shit out of them with your whatever you're using. Okay. So obviously what you can see here is so there's how health potions work is they go off of your belt. So this one, see, it says 2 potion slots. I think the max you can have is 4, I think. So, and then when you use a potion, you have to basically pick up more to have the potions. So I don't know. You don't seem to use them much. I mean, I didn't. You have really good health regen in this game. So obviously a big thing here. See, look at this health regen here. Fuck, I can't hit anything. So one thing about the game I realized, like leveling up, is you feel a nice sense of progression in terms of actually leveling your abilities, like how powerful you get, but you do not feel a nice sense of progression with gear. I feel like everything I pick up is like the same or very similar, and just nothing is like, whoa, holy shit, except for the uniques, which barely really drop leveling up. It's not really a flaw. Like it kind of is right now, but it's an early, like you can fix this easily with just more item drops, right? See, like and there's not a whole lot of appearance with the loot right now, but that's fine. There's not a lot of voice acting. I don't think there's any right now. So the game feels a little quiet, but again, that could be implemented within the next like few months, right? So probably do a big update with that. And then obviously the game isn't fully polished yet either, but they did a big update a few months ago, or maybe it was a month ago, 2 months, like right before I started playing the game, where it was like a big graphics update. So I'm sure they'll do another one and the game will be a lot more polished. Alright, so I have my second ability here. I think I'm just in the town. So there's this dude. Can I talk to you? So you can talk to this guy and buy shit. I think how the rarities work is they go white, blue, yellow, and then unique. So like path. And And then there's also sets in this. See, I was a little surprised about that though. They have sets and uniques, but you don't feel a nice sense of progression with the yellows. So the rares, the magic, I guess you call it, which are blue, and whites. You don't feel it at all. Bit of a downer though, because I love feeling progression in my gear. You know, when you put something on and you can feel the input that it does, you don't feel it that much in this game, except for sets and uniques. So like getting that end game grind, it doesn't feel as satisfying. And then we're gonna move on to abilities here. So another thing is you don't. Oh, is that okay? It's a hammer. So personally, for me, you don't feel a good impact right now on the ability. So like, for example, I throw this at him. There's nothing coming off him. There's no blood. He's not flinching. He's not like reacting to getting hit. Okay, now let's explain this here. So this is your base class, okay, the Sentinel. So you have all these passives here, and when you get to the first line here, you unlock so Erasing Strike. Melee strike that hits all enemies in a large area in front of you. Enemies killed by the hit are erased from existence. What? Replaced by Void Rifts. Huh. Sounds fucking interesting. So there's that. Shield Rush, which is probably a gap closer, and then Shield Throw. So probably just like some Captain Marvel shit. So you can pretty much do this if you want to do like a Captain Marvel fucking build. It's kind of cool. That's what I'm saying. The passives in this game and the skills and everything is fucking awesome. Like, this is what I've been wanting in an ARPG for so long. Like, I even like this concept more than the Path of Exile, and I fucking love Path. Reason being is because, look, okay, so if I were to, so let's select a point first, and then I'll show you. So, grants 4% increased armor per point, and 1 strength. That's actually huge, but I might just try like some shield shit with this build. You know what? I will. So I can increase my health regen here and vitality, strength and armor, block chance. Do I want that now? That doesn't. You know what? Fuck it. Just grab that shit. So grab that. Yeah. So I think if you hit S. So now those were your passives, which is P. So these are your passives. When you get to here, so every time you level, you obviously get a point to put in. You also get points from certain quests in the game too. When you get up to here, you then unlock all these subclasses. So then you can choose to split off into these, or basically just throw them all into one, which is probably smarter. So, and there's a lot too. Like, you go all the way up to fucking here, and you get all these new abilities that you have access to. So usually the last one is pretty intense. Like, from what the mage has, man, the abilities just like they just drain your mana. Like, you use it once and you're just out of mana. Like, it's fucked. There's obviously probably ways around that, but so yeah, that's how the passives work. It's pretty cool. And then the actives. So say I wanted to go and build around this. So you click on it, right? And then you have its passive tree, so you can look at it, right? Like, there's the Hammered In build, which is from like Diablo 2. I think it was in 3 too. I played Reaper of Souls, all that content and everything in 3, but I don't know, I got kind of bored, to be honest, and kind of moved back to Path. Like, I don't know, Path just feels more, it feels like there's more to do, and they constantly add a lot in each season compared to Diablo. Not bashed on Diablo, but it's kind of true here. Anyway, so for example, like, if I go here, let's see. So you can increase your stun chance on it. Like, there's a build where you can make it circle around you. Yeah, like this one. They travel in a spiral around you. It adds mana to it, but that's insane. You can just channel them around you, and they orbit you. So like this one, they just spiral. This one, they like spiral around you. That's pretty fucking sweet. Like, and there's so much shit like that. I'll show you on my mage, my build. It's fucking crazy. That's insane too. You just double the fucking projectiles unless your hammer's spiral. So pretty much you have to go this way or this way. You can't do both, or else you're kind of wasting points. But see, that's just an example, right, of the build that you can do, right? They added flinch to these guys though. You can feel more of an impact with them. I like it. Do you see how there's See, when I was playing, there was no flinch, there was no blood, I mean, they need to add gore. That's a big one. If they add gore coming off these little shits, could you imagine how satisfying it'd be to throw a hammer at these fuckers? Fucking, it'd be so fun. Fuck. This ability is actually pretty fun though, not gonna lie. So, that's really it though, like the game just, so, let's look at the items here. Like, yeah, sure, I got just blues and stuff. Once you get geared up, you feel like once you get all your blues or your yellows and stuff, you feel like you just kind of get stuck there. And everything you pick up, it's like, it's not really better, and you kind of just drop it. Okay, guys, so this is the waypoint map of, I mean, each act, I'd say. So you can say there's like 4 acts right now, and it goes kind of backwards. So like Ruined Arrow is Act 1. So if I zoom out here, this is where you start after you get through the tutorial. You start here, and each one of these are destinations, like waypoints, and then kind of like the shit around this is where your camp is, like where you can buy, sell items, your stash, etc. So you kind of work your way up through here, all the way here, down to here, and you kill the end act boss. Well, for the Ruined Era. There's actually a lot. It took a while to go through this, a decent amount anyways, and it does get a bit repetitive, but that's because the game's not fully polished yet, so you're kind of fighting like the same monsters, same kind of feel the whole time, not a crazy amount of impact on your abilities, on everything, but I had fun. So I'm surprised I was able to play this much, because usually in early access games I just get bored and move on to the next game, because ARPGs, if they're not well polished, they get very tedious and very repetitive, and you just kind of like, it makes you want to play a more polished ARPG, so you just kind of get off and move on. Anyway, so and then the Imperial Era is Act 2. On my other one, this is on my mage, so I made it to here. I had all this, and then I think that was, then I guess that might be another like station, like End of Time. I'm not sure, to be honest. It's way the fuck over here. And then this is Act 3. It's very small. I don't think the 4th act's done yet, because it doesn't show any waypoints or anything. So, and then this is all they have for now. Alright, so I'm gonna explain the crafting here. So I'll use this piece of gear for an example here. So every item that you put in here, you can add 2 prefixes or suffixes. So depending on what the item already has, you'll be able to, so if I wanted to modify it, I could add, so I can add a intelligence. Let's forge it. So I just gave it intelligence. Let's add void protection here. Okay, I just turn it into a yellow by doing that. Let's add lightning protection. Okay, now that I add that, I could add intelligence or void protection, because I already have, so these ones I can't use. I wonder why that is. I can't use it. Oh, I think I just don't have the materials for it, but I could add that. And see, I fractured it, which means I think if I added something else, it would break the item. So you can have 2 suffixes on an item and 2 prefixes on an item. Obviously the type is here, on what type it is. So I'm going to throw this on just for shits. Oh, okay, fracture means you just can't add any board to it. You also have a chance of like blowing up the item. So, and that's better than mine, to be honest. I'm just gonna throw that on because I just threw this on for shits because my chest was bad. Alright guys, let's explain my build first. Okay, so I went into the mage and then I went into the sorcerer. So I'm basically doing a fire build, a fire damage build. So I trained around fireball because I wanted to get a shit ton of projectiles. So I grabbed this, which gives me 2 additional projectiles. I grab this, which gives me, so for each point it gives me 2 again, so I get 4 additional ones from it. I only grabbed 2 in this because you kind of have to. These little dots mean that's how many points you got to put into here to move on to progress to the next point. This I didn't grab because I can't crit if I have that, so there's just no point in there. That projectile speed, increased damage, that's pretty big too. So this makes it so instead of spraying all my projectiles, I shoot them in sequence in the same direction. It cuts half the projectiles, but it gives me so much damage. And then I grab that, which gives me 2 additional projectiles. Very nice. My damage is insane. And then I just grab 1 point in that just to pierce. And then my plan was to go to this. I wanted to try Flame Burst out to see if it's any good. I was gonna grab this too. Fireballs are drawn to your target, so like if I miss because I shoot in a line, like if I kill one target and they're bunched up, the ones that miss will then hit the other targets that I didn't hit. There's a fucking creepy spider there. Alright, so and then I grabbed this just to kind of like clear waves with, because I have so much single target with my main ability. This is just for wave damage. I have this to kind of finish it up. So and then I was kind of using this as like a shield. I didn't do much with that yet, but so also another thing, the sound effects on the abilities too is another thing that needs to obviously be touched up. So again, not a big deal. That can all get implemented and fixed. So but this is some gameplay on the fuck, I didn't realize my health there. Kind of tested a lot of stuff out with the mage. This area is very nice to look at though, like it's good graph. That's what I'm saying, some areas are very pretty and then other areas are kind of like a little on the poopy side. Oh fuck. See, these guys are pretty fucking tanky. Pull up my gear here. I have 2 uniques on, just this is kind of for shits, to be honest, because my gloves were super bad. There's this. Dodge rating, movement speed. I've been stuck with these since level 8. See, like in 15 and shit, like nothing's been really dropping, to be honest. Everything that drops is like the same kind of stats. Like all the stats in this game are very low, like all the way up to even this level. Like it doesn't get much better. That's the only thing that's like kind of sucks, sense of progression. But they have the ability progression down, like you feel a huge impact just from 1 point. When I grabbed the point that literally made my fireballs basically go in sequence, oh my god, I was so OP for so long. I started to fall off though because I wasn't getting any better gear, and I was like checking everything. I don't know if I just had really bad luck or what, but maybe I just don't know what the fuck to put on. Maybe that's my issue, I don't know. I mean, I've been playing Path for fucking every single season for like a year and a half now, so I think I know what to look for. Alright, so I'm gonna hop on to my Primalist. If you notice, I fucking named them after League champions. Hop onto this guy just to show you a bit of content with this class too. Alright. Got a fucking spear. So, I currently have a wolf. I can summon a bunch of totems. I have this sleep strike, which is pretty cool. Just blow shit up. So, you can summon a Sabertooth, which I think you can have a max of 2 companions out, I think. So you can have 2 wolves or whatever, but you can get an item, or items like uniques to increase that. So I know there's a build where you can have a pack of wolves. It's pretty cool, because I actually, I think I have it. Yeah, like this. 1 to maximal wolves, and you basically just try and get as many wolves out as you can. So it's pretty cool. But on top of that, you go into Beast Mastery, and then you get 2 more pets that you can use. So you can use Summon Bear or Summon Scorpion. It's this one. You can use Summon Beast, dash it to the target, taunts it. Ooh, so that'd be really good with like a bear, the bear pet. It's kind of cool. Alright guys, I think that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys real soon.